Hello students, I welcome you to this interactive English class platform from the entire team of Madhu App. Children, before going to the topic, I will show you some interesting images. You look at on the screen. In the first image, children, what do you observe? And what do you feel after observing this image? And in the second image, what do you observe? What do you notice? And what do you feel after observing this second image? In the first image, yes children, what do you see? We see that a man is sitting under a tree. Okay. Are there any other members? Any other friends of him? No. We see nobody else surrounding him. Means he is alone. He is alone. Or he is in solitary place, in a confined place. There are no friends and relatives and he is in distress. Okay. In the second image, what do you see? We see a lot of people. Okay, children. They are together. They are enjoying their lives. They are not alone. This picture is crowded by many members. Okay. So, which picture do you like best? This picture or that picture? When you are in alone, how do you feel? You must feel like this, distressed, isolated, very boring. But when we are in the company of friends, we feel very excited, very enjoyed, very delighted. Okay? Because a lot of friends are there with whom we can share our feeling. We can play with them. We can make a lot of fun and we enjoy our lives. Children, today we are going to learn an interesting poem. Do you know the title of the poem? Yes. The title of the poem is Alexander Selkirk. Who was Alexander Selkirk? Do you know? Look at this image. Who was he? Yes, he was Alexander Selkirk. Who was Alexander Selkirk? Alexander Selkirk was a Scottish seaman who travelled in a sea voyage with a ship captain and he had a quarrel with him. Then he chose to remain isolated in an island that is located in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Peru. You look at this image. This is the world map and this is the continent of which continent? Do you think it? It is what? It is South America. Here a country named Peru. Off the coast of Peru there is an island. Okay. We can say it is archipelago, a group of islands in which Alexander Selkirk, this image, who stayed there for 4 years and 4 months. Is it a short period? How difficult it might have been for him to spend 4 years and 4 months there. Okay, this is the archipelago where Alexander Selkirk remained 4 years and 4 months. And after spending 4 years and 4 months, whatever experiences he achieved, he described it. After following his rescue by another ship captain, after 4 years and 4 months. Children, this is the Pacific Ocean. This is the North Pacific Ocean and South Pacific Ocean. This archipelago belongs to South Pacific Ocean. Children, now we will know about the poet of the poem Alexander Selkirk. Okay? You look at this image. Who is he? Yes, he is who? He is William Cowper. Okay? William Cowper, who was he? William Cowper was born in the year 1731 AD and died in the year 1800. He was an English romantic poet of the 18th century. He was born at Great Berkhamsted in Hertfordshire. Okay, his father was a rector, means an authorized person, a religious person who is in charge of churches for conducting religious duty or spiritual duty. One of his best poems is The Lines of Solitude. This is the main poem from which this poem has been extracted or derived. The present poem is a part of it. This poem reflects the freedom of spirit of Selkirk in a lonely island or isolated island. This poem also teaches us that family and community members are more important than personal achievements, belongings and wealth. Okay children, this is all about the poet William Cowper. His image you can clearly see. Now children, we will recite the first 3 stanzas of the poem Alexander Selkirk. Let's enjoy it. I am monarch of all I survey. My right there is none to dispute. From the center all round to the sea, I am lord of the fowl and the brute. O solitude, where are the charms that sages have seen in thy face? Better dwell in the midst of eldrums than reign in this horrible place. Second stanza. I am out of humanity's reach. I must finish my journey alone. Never hear the sweet music of speech. I start at the sound of my own. The beasts that roam over the plain, my form with indifferency, they are so unacquainted with man, their tameness is shocking to me. Society, friendship and love, divinely bestowed upon man. Oh, had I the wings of a dove, how soon would I taste you again? My sorrows I then might assuage in the ways of religion and truth, might learn from the wisdom of age and be cheered by the solace of youth. Children, now we will know the unfamiliar words that we came across while reciting these 3 stanzas of the poem Alexander Selkirk. First, monarch. Monarch means, you might have heard the word monarch before in the earlier classes. Okay, you look at this image again. This is the image of what? Monarch means a supreme ruler or leader or king, emperor, we can tell emperor. We have heard that Ashoka the Great was the emperor, monarch of Magad. Okay, still in the present context, monarchy is still practiced in different countries like Myanmar, Thailand. Okay, monarch, mono means one, single. A single person, a country ruled by a single person is called monarchy. It is usually a hereditary position. Okay, means after father, when father dies, his son succeeds him. Fowl, it means birds. Okay, you look at this image, different birds are there. So those birds were living in the island. Brute means animal. Okay, sages means hermits or rishis who performs meditation and yoga to attain spiritual enlightenment. Solitude means loneliness. Loneliness or isolated area, a place where no human beings are there, no noises are there, very still, calm, quiet environment. That is solitude. Next, Elrams means noises, crowded, chaotic. Okay, very disturbed area. That is noises. Survey means to assess. We hear different surveys. During natural calamity or disasters, prime ministers come to survey to assess how much land is affected. During different pandemics, teachers health officials make different survey. Okay, so survey means you can see this image. One is surveying, means assessing how much area. Okay, he is assessing or looking, overlooking, reviewing. Here survey means to assess. Then dwell means to live, to reside. Okay. Reign means to rule over a country or over a territory. Reign means to rule. Unacquainted means unfamiliar, unknown, a person to whom we are unfamiliar, stranger. Tameness means domestic nature. Bestowed means gifted with or blessed with. Children, now we will explain the meanings of these three stanzas line by line. I am monarch of all I survey. Now we will underline the difficult words. Here M is capital. Okay. Monarch. Then survey. My right. None to dispute. Foul. Brute. Solitude. Charms. Sages. Dwell. Midst. Eldrums. Okay, reign. Horrible. So these are difficult words. Okay, I marked with red line. Okay, children, I am monarch. Here M is capital. I is capital because the line begins with a capital letter. So M is capital. Why is it capital? Because the speaker speaks with great stress, emphasis and priority. I am monarch. I am monarch. This statement tells us that he tells it with confirmation, with much more sure. I am monarch. Nobody can oppose me and can make disturbance or dispute with me. I am monarch of all I survey. Here I means Alexander Selkirk. As I told you, Alexander Selkirk was left stranded or marooned in an isolated island. So here I means Alexander Selkirk. He was the monarch of all I survey. As I told you, Ashoka was the monarch of Magadha. Magadha is a territory. Similarly, all I survey. Survey means to assess whatever area comes under his notice. That is the whole island, the whole Pacific Ocean. All this area belongs to him, and he is the master, lord of all this water area and land area. Okay, all I survey. Survey means to assess. Monarch means king. King. Survey means to assess. To assess. A-S-S. My right there is none to dispute. My right means my power, my authority. Nobody can make a claim towards my authority. I am the sovereign. I am the supreme. Nobody can quarrel with me. My right there is none to dispute, because that was no man's island. No human beings were living there. Only Alexander Selkirk, he was alone. Only birds and animals were living there. My right there is none to dispute. Nobody can claim to be the monarch of this island except me. Dispute means to quarrel. To quarrel. Q-U-A-R-R-E-L. From the center all round to the sea. From the center of the island, from the center of the island to whole sea, all belongs to him. That comes under his jurisdiction, and he is the supreme leader to administer all these regions. I am lord of the fowl and the brute. Fowl means birds. Brute means animal. Okay, children, I am lord. I am lord means I am master of all these birds and animals, those lived in the isolated, lonely and no man's island. O solitude, Here solitude is personification, that is loneliness. Alexander Selkirk is asking to the solitude, "O solitude, where are the charms that sages have seen? In thy face means in your face. I have heard earlier from the great men and philosophers that Indian rishis, okay, or the rishi living in any part of the world have attained supreme pleasure and peace in mind by making meditation in a lonely place. But I can no longer find any peace or happiness or pleasure by remaining this isolated island. How is it possible? I think it is impossible to attain any pleasure by remaining isolated in a lonely place. O solitude, solitude here personification. Where are the charms? Charm means beauty. That sages means hermits. Hermits have seen in thy face. In thy face means in your face. In your face. Better dwell. Dwell means to live. To live. In the midst of eldrums. Eldrums means noises or crowded area. In the company of friends. In the company of community members. Society members. In the company of what? Relatives. It is better to rule there. Then reign means to, then reign in this horrible place. This place means this island is very horrible, means terrible. Terrible. Alrams means what? Noises. Reign means to rule. Better dwell means to survive, to live in the midst of eldrums, in the noisy area. It will be better to rule there. Then becoming king of this lonely, isolated and no man's island where only birds and animals are living. Then second stanza. Children, I am out of humanity's reach. I must finish my journey alone. Here Alexander Selkirk is alone in the island and he realizes that he must finish his journey. He must die in this island because there is no options left for him. Never hear the sweet music of speech. I start at the sound of my own. He hears the music, the voice of himself because nobody else, no friends are there with him to share his feeling. I started means I surprise. Okay children? I become surprised means I am exclaimed. To talk with myself. I started means surprise. Okay. The beast that roam over the plain. The beast means the animals. Those are moving here and there in the island. My form with indifference. Indifference. Different means to become something, okay, something separate. Different. Indifference means same. Indifference means same. See. My form with indifference. They have never seen human beings before. So they gaze at me. They look at me fixedly. Okay. They stare at me. They are so unacquainted with men. Their tameness is shocking to me. The animals are very unacquainted means they are not familiar with me. I am new to this island. Okay. So they gaze at me, look at me with surprise. Their tameness means their domestic nature. We keep different dogs, cat at home. They obey us. They did not fear. They are not afraid of us. Similarly, here animals are not afraid of Alexander Selkirk. Children, society, friendship and love divinely bestowed upon men. Aristotle says, human being is a social animal who lives in society, dies in society, and one who does not live in society may be a god or a demon. So here, society, friendship and love. These are the three most valuable things divinely bestowed upon men. Means these valuable things are gifted, are bestowed upon human being by the Almighty God. Oh, had I the wings of a dove, how soon would I taste you again? Children, here the poet has used a poetic device, that is personification. Here you is personified. Here you means society, friendship and love. Alexander Selkirk wished if he had wings of a dove, he would return to his community, to his society and share his feelings, share his emotions with his friends, with his society and community members. My sorrows I then might assuage. Here assuage means to eliminate, to lessen, to reduce. Here means to reduce, to reduce. To lessen his sorrow means his pain, his sufferings. Alexander Selkirk would lessen, would reduce his sufferings, pain by going to his homeland. In the ways of religion and truth, how would he spend his time? He would spend his time by discussing about religion and truth, different religious scriptures and truth. Might learn from the wisdom of age. Here wisdom of age means learned and experienced persons of the community. Might learn from the wisdom of age. In the village or community, there are wise, learned and experienced old age people from whom Alexander Selkirk would learn a lot of things. And be cheered by the sallies of youth. Here the sallies of youth means the humorous remarks of the youth folk in the community. So Alexander Selkirk, when he would return to his homeland, would share his feeling with his young mates by discussing about different humorous things. So in this way, Alexander Selkirk would get pleasure and would get comfortable by discussing all about these things in the community members. Now, what we learned today, we will look at. Alexander was the monarch of the island that was occupied only by the birds and animals. His power prevailed all over the island and the sea. He could not find peace in mind, as sages quoted or said. He wanted to live in the company of his friends rather than ruling over the territory or island. Society, friendship and love are the precious gifts to mankind by God. He was deprived of sharing his feelings with community members and relatives. He had no option but to adjust himself in that lonely island. He missed his family members and longed for returning home back. Children, now we will discuss some questions and answers. Tell me, answer the questions. Who is the monarch in this poem? Who is the monarch? Yes, Alexander Selkirk. Alexander Selkirk is the monarch of this poem. Who have seen charms in the face of solitude? Who have seen? Yes, the sages or hermits. Answer is the sages. Next, where does Selkirk prefer to live? He wants to live in the company of his friends. Very good. In the company of his friends. Children, now next, who are there in the lonely island in this poem? Who are there in this lonely island? Alexander Selkirk along with other birds and animals. The fowl and the brute. the fowl and the brute. The fowl and the brute. Okay. And Alexander Selkirk was the monarch of them. What are the three divine things bestowed or given upon men? One is society, friendship, third one is love. Society, friendship, and third one is love. Tell me which one is true and false. Nobody opposed Alexander Selkirk to be the monarch of the lonely island. Yes, because no other human beings were there. This is true. Nobody opposed him to be the monarch. True. Next. Many people lived together with great joy in the island. Were there many people or a single one? There was a single one, not many people. This is false. Sages have found peace and happiness in solitude. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. True. Sages have found peace and happiness. Alexander Selkirk was happy to have become the monarch. Was he happy? Was he delighted? No, he was regretted. So this is false. If Selkirk had the wings of a bird, he would fly back homeland. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct. True. Now, match the rhyming words. Children, now match the rhyming words. Very easy question for you. Your favorite questions. Rhyming words are those which have similar sounding at the end. Brute. Brute, Alrams, dispute, place, speech, me. Which one is correct to match? Brute, dispute. Very good. Face, face, speech. Yeah, place. Face, place. Reach, speech. See, me. Charms, Alrams. Very good. You did it easily and successfully. Okay, children. Thank you, children. Bye bye.